Oh, hey.
Listen, the Observer wants us to do more restaurant reviews.
Really?
But this time in Italy, and they'll fly you to Europe.
Well, first class.
Hi, this is Mark Cordy, reporting for the Fan Carpet. I'm here at the Sundance Festival London for the trip to Italy.
Well, it was Michael Winterbottom who directs it, and his story, you know, he kind of comes up with the whole story. So it was his idea to go to Italy and to follow in the footsteps of Byron and Shelley. But essentially it's the same as the first one, it's just in a different place. The conversations are pretty similar, which I think reflects life. I do think that's how life is, you know. My sort of best friend in real life, we go skiing every year, he and I, and we tend to talk about the same things year in, year out. What were the memorable moments? We were in Ravello, and we were trying to film something one afternoon. I think we both had a bit too much to drink, so that we had a lot of laughs doing that, trying to remember. I think there was a scene where Steve had to remember a quote, and was finding it difficult, so we laughed a lot doing that. I think that's probably the one I remember the most.
Possibly when Rob and I got a little bit too drunk when we were in Ravello, I think it's called, Ravello, which was very real, you know, and we were just laughing and getting a little giddy, and I kept screwing my line up, and this quote from Byron I was trying to remember, and Rob was just laughing, and it was a really sort of a wonderful moment. One of the things, that moments that will stay with you, because the scenery was perfect, the food was fantastic, and the company was great. So
the atmosphere is great because, you know, Steve and I have known each other for a long time, and Steve's worked with Michael a lot. I've worked with Michael quite a bit, and we like each other very much. So it was very. And the other thing that contributes to the atmosphere is the size of the crew. It's a very small crew, and that's great. And also, on most productions, there's a lot of sitting around, but on this there isn't, because it's really mostly just me and Steve. So you tend to be working from the minute you get up till the minute you finish, which is great, because on a lot of dramas and things you spend a lot of the day waiting, and that can be, I'd say it can be tough, but it can be a bit dull. But with this, and because a lot of it is improvised, it felt very creative, and it's quite unique in that sense.
It was great. It's great. I mean, you know, Rob and I, you know, we have our little sort of tiffs, and although I think this series is probably a little less acrimonious than the last one, but it was a wonderful atmosphere, and you know, Rob and I, we sort of turn it on for the cameras, and we improvise and try and find the funny things within the sort of guidelines that Michael Winterbottom, the director, sets down for us. But in the evening, we go out and socialise, and we have so if we spent 8 hours shooting a dinner with us, and we still want to go out and have dinner in the evening with each other, then we clearly get on.
What are you a fan of in general?
In general?
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean, like life?
Anything.
I'm very pro-life, over death, happiness over sadness. I'm a big fan of joy, not so much of sorrow. I've always taken a very dim view of sorrow.
Lots of comedies then.
Oh, comedies, yes. I'm a fan of House of Cards. There we are. That's what we watched recently. What else? That's the only thing we've been watching recently, I think. I like that.
Your plan for 2014, have you got any new work coming up you can talk about?
Not really. I mean, I'm writing, a lot of writing. I'm producing various things. You have to sow before you can reap, and so I'm sowing lots of creative seeds at the moment.
I want to work-wise, you mean? There's another series of Would I Lie to You coming out, and I'm writing some stuff, and see what comes along.
That's us done here at the Sundance Festival London. I've been Mark Corden, your host. Remember to follow us on Twitter.
There's too much going on.
Come, Quat, it's time for us to go.